The thing that I want to talk to you about today is the immune system. It's very important. Yeah, I know. I heard there were some microbiologists around. So the thing about the immune system is it has to adapt to living things, right? Nothing else has to do that. The digestive tract, the respiratory system, circulatory system. I mean, the amount of oxygen that a human being needs to live is never going to change. The amount of food, or the types of food that we can eat is never going to change. The things that will change are the viruses and the bacteria that we interact with. These things are subjected to natural selection, which makes them better and better pathogens. The longer they, so pathogens are things that can infect us and cause disease. The longer they can infect us, the better they do. So natural selection will, by and large, lead to things that can infect us for longer and longer. Why does that not happen? Well, it happens because our immune system can adapt to it. Our immune system has the ability to actually bring about natural selection within our bodies. So the thing that fascinated me when I learned about the immune system is everybody thinks about our body as being homogeneous, right? All of the cells within our body have the same amount of DNA. They all carry the same, like they're clones of each other, right? Not true. Here's the crazy thing. Our body has the ability to induce natural selection within itself. So the thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about today is antibodies. Antibodies come from B cells. So remember those two terms, right? Antibodies and B cells. Antibodies you can think of as a targeting system for our immune system. The body is full of resources, but if we didn't have a way to target it, we would just be throwing mud at a wall. There's nothing going on. But if you have an antibody that can stick to a disease, to a pathogen, you can direct all of your resources against that one thing, and you can defend yourself against it a lot better. So the thing I want to talk to you about is how B cells go about making antibodies. So, this gets complicated, all right? Everybody stick with me. I was a little bit nervous talking about this because it's so complicated. It's like a full class in undergrad. Basically, what happens is you have these 3 gene sequences, so 3 pieces of DNA that encode 3 different parts of the antibody. They're called B, D, and J. Those aren't important. They're just letters of the alphabet. But you have 3 pieces of DNA. And these pieces of DNA are divided into roughly 20 subsections per piece of DNA. And each of those 20 subsections can move out of that gene and combine with another, so V, one piece of V can combine with one piece of D, which can combine with one piece of J. And those 3 pieces come together to form one part of an antibody, and they do that twice. So basically what you have is you have roughly 1 in 20 chance, and another 1 in 20 chance, another 1 in 20 chance. So for everybody who's good at math here, there's roughly 64 million different combinations that these B cells can make. So what they'll do is these B cells will make an antibody. We're going to consider this as a single antibody. Back down actually. So let's say that one looks like this, right? You get an antibody that looks like this. Another one of the 64 million will look like this. And then when they interact with the bacteria, one of them will bind on here. And you can see that it doesn't bind very well, right? It falls off. The other one will bind on this way. And you can see that, yeah, I know, right? It binds much better. So this cell, when it binds like this, will get a signal that its antibody is good, and it will survive. This cell will not. It can circulate around in your body again. It has about 2 weeks, and then it's going to die. So this cell, though, this is where it gets really cool. So that's natural selection number 1, right? So this cell survives and starts to divide, and then it will introduce small genetic mutations. Small genetic mutations where these will shift in heights and shift in shape and whatnot, so that you get this binding better and better, and these cells will compete with each other. So that every single time that these cells encounter a pathogen, they get better and better. So basically, what we do is our body has found a way inside a single organism to introduce a kind of evolution to defend ourselves against disease. It's just, I mean, it's magic, basically, right? You're introducing natural selection inside of yourself.